He's had years of driving experience and made numerous TV appearances, but even this expert says if it's not essential to be on the roads in the snow, then stay off them. Lionel Firn runs driverskills.com. He trains people in advanced driving techniques and he's got many commercial clients. He joined Press Video News to offer some handy hints and tips on how to cope with the snow, and it's all about preparation.
Okay, in these sort of conditions, before you even get out on the road, it's important to make sure that your car's safe to drive. Things like clearing the number plates, and clearing the lights and the windscreen, but also what people often forget is to clean the heater vent here to allow the air to get through the system so the blower can clear the windscreen. And then when your car's fully brushed off, let it run for a while. Make sure that it's fully de-iced before you set out onto the road, because you will actually be committing offence if the police see you with your windows all iced up. But it's snowing quite heavily at the moment, and certainly what sometimes you can find, which is happening here, is that I'm a little bit stuck in the drive. This car's fitted with something called DTC, which is a traction control system, and I'm just going to turn it off. As with any of these traction controls, if you press and hold the button, you can turn it off, which just allows you to generate a little bit of wheel spin, and then we can actually move. But what's really important is that once you get moving, is you turn it back on again, because it's the system that's designed to help you just in these type of conditions. So now we're going again, we'll press the button once more and switch it back on, so it'll help me to avoid getting the car into a skid. So as we're driving along here now, it is a little bit slippy, but this is reasonably straight, and as I mentioned, as long as I keep the steering straight, I should avoid getting into a skid. But if you do need to brake, it's nice and clear now, so I'm going to use the brakes just to demonstrate. You'll hear a sort of a strange noise. Now that noise is the anti-lock brake system working.
And that's a noise that actually upsets a lot of people out there. What's going on?
Yeah, it is. It's what they tend to do is hear that noise and ease off the brakes, or do something really drastic with the steering. There's nothing wrong with that. The system's working absolutely perfectly.
Well, I see, you're coming past, right?
Also, of course, pedestrians may well be walking on the road. The footpath's very covered here, so it may well be that we've got a few pedestrians on the road. And as I'm beginning to accelerate, I can immediately feel that the car is skidding a little bit. Now, if you've got a situation where it is slippery, and it's likely that when you accelerate, your wheels are going to spin, make sure that you're steering straight before you do that. If you add steering and throttle when it's slippery, that usually equals a skid. It will put you into a skid situation. So make sure that if you accelerate, you're travelling straight if possible. I'm coming to a junction now. I'm going to have to brake very early for it because it's slippery, and also probably hear the anti-lock brake system working there as well. As I come out now, I'm coming out onto what's been salted. You can see that it's a wet road, but it's also really important not to expect that it's all salted here. It may well be that there's a patch ahead perhaps that the salt hasn't covered, and so there could still be patches of slippery, patches of ice as well.
Well, Lionel, we're back, safe and sound. You're giving me a bit more confidence, actually, for driving in this sort of stuff. But the one thing I'm interested in is, do you think, are people who stay at home and don't go out in this, are they the wise ones, really?
They are, to be fair. The only real way to stay safe in these conditions is to stay at home and not driving them. As you've seen, if you adapt your driving and you know what you're doing, you can stay reasonably safe, but staying at home is the best way.